second grade friends. How are you today? Mrs. DeMarco here with more of our virtual social studies on ancient Greece. We are entering the gods and goddesses of Olympus. Now, as you can see from the picture, there's a lot of gods and goddesses. And I'm going to actually start with the back of the book. I thought it's kind of cool how it starts with the palace in the sky. So let me read the back first for you. Long ago in ancient Greece, people created stories or myths to explain the mystery. These myths told of gods and goddesses, fearful monsters, brave heroes, and mysterious beauties. In these pages you will meet the great immortals, Zeus, the powerful king of the gods, and Hera, his beautiful yet jealous wife. You will meet Athena, who sprung from Zeus's head, fully grown, and the lovely Aphrodite, who rose out of the sea on a cushion of foam. You will hear the story of the fierce battle fought to earn them their golden thrones. So as you can probably tell, it's going to be very different. It's kind of strange. I mean, if she's born out of Zeus's head and rose out of the sea on a cushion of foam, the Greeks desperately and firmly believed in the gods. They believed in the gods that would help them. They believed that if they were good people, the gods would be kind to them. And they would also believe that if they weren't good people, the gods can come down and they can punish them. So as you will hear from the story, the gods, they believed, were a very intricate part of their lives. They worshiped them. They built temples for them, which we saw in our ancient Greece book. They built many, many statues of them. I mean, the Olympics was dedicated originally to Zeus. And each opening ceremony, they would go to Zeus to present themselves and present the games as in honor of the god of all gods, which was Zeus. So this is going to be very different. It's going to be very interesting. The names are kind of crazy. So I'm going to try my best to pronounce them as best as I can. I'm not going to read this whole book today because there's a lot of information in here. If it gets confusing, pause the video and then just talk about what you know, and then you can continue on. Okay, my friends, let's enter the gods and goddesses of Olympus. And the story is written by Aliki. And again, here is the beautiful cover. The colors and the artwork, the illustrations in this book are absolutely beautiful. The gods and goddesses of Olympus. Here's a picture, a map of ancient Greece. You can see the different islands. Okay. Let me point this out to you, so sorry. This is Mount Olympus. That is the place where it is believed that the gods lived. Remember, this is a myth, mythology. So a myth isn't 100% true. It's what the Greeks believed and stories that they passed down from generation to generation. So just take it with something that's really cool and really fun. Long, long time ago in ancient Greece, some people began telling stories to explain the mysteries of life. Over much time, the stories, or myths, grew rich and imaginative. The storytellers wove in their custom beliefs and theories about life, death, and the wonders of nature. The myths were about gods and goddesses, fearful monsters, brave heroes, and mysterious beauties. People believed the myths were true. They worshipped the gods, who they believed helped and guided them, and built temples to honor them. According to the mythology, the gods and goddesses looked and acted human. They married each other, they laughed, loved, quarreled, and fought for each other and with each other. But they were immortal. They lived forever because of a fluid called ichor, not blood, flowed through their veins. The mightiest of the gods and goddesses lived in a golden palace on Olympus, a mountain so high the top was hidden by clouds. They feasted on ambrosia and nectar, the food and drink of the gods, and whenever they wished, they could change shape and speed down to earth to mingle or mix with the mortals. The awesome Olympians earned their thrones on Olympus. They fought a fierce battle and won. This is the story of how it happened. It starts at the beginning of time. So remember, we're going back to the beginning of time. In the beginning, Gaia, the earth, grew out of a dark space named chaos. Gaia gave birth to Uranus, the sky. Uranus rained down on young Gaia, and plants, animals, and rivers appeared. Gaia became Mother Earth, mother of all things, and mother of the first gods. So here's where the earth was first formed. Gaia and Uranus had many children. Their firstborn were the 12 giant titans, 6 girls and 6 boys. Later, more children were born. 3 were the mighty Cyclopses, strong one-eyed giants. 3 were Hecatocheirus, monsters each with 100 arms and 50 heads. So here's the picture of their 12 children. And there's the Cyclops. Ooh, my finger's in the way, sorry. Look at that. Uranus hated the Cyclops and the Hecatocheirus because they were ugly. He threw them into Tartarus, the deepest pit in the underworld. Gaia was furious. She urged the Titans to overthrow their father and rescue their brothers. Only the youngest, Cronus, was brave enough. So because they were ugly, they were thrown in the deep, deep pit. And their mother, Gaia, Mother Earth, was really angry and wanted any one of her 12 children to help rescue their brothers, the Cyclops and the Hecatocheirus. He attacked Uranus with a sickle and banished him from the earth. Cronus replaced his father as Lord of the universe, but he was cruel and did not free his brothers from Tartarus. Cronus married his sister Rhea, and they had many children, but Cronus was afraid that one of them might overthrow him, just as he had overthrown his father. So as each child was born, he swallowed it. I told you this was going to be a little strange. This is Greek mythology. So here's Cronus, and he overthrew his father, but the promise was if he overthrew his father, he would rescue the rest of his brothers, but he did not. So he married, and as they had a child, he would eat each one of them because he wanted to remain the ruler. He wanted to remain in charge. Rhea was horrified. When the youngest was born, she tricked Cronus. She hid the baby Zeus in a distant cave so Cronus would not find him. I'm going to pause right now because that tells us Zeus, who we know was the king of all the gods. So Zeus's mother was Rhea, and Zeus's father was Cronus, and his mother hid him so his father Cronus would not eat him. Rhea then gave Cronus a stone wrapped in a blanket. He swallowed that instead, blanket and all. Hidden away, Zeus was raised by gentle woodland nymphs and a nymph goat named Amalthea, who fed him honey-eyed milk. When the baby cried, the Curites, Zeus's guards, clashed their weapons to hide the sound. So even as a baby, he was protected. They did not want Cronus to know that he was alive. So Rhea made sure that he was well cared for as a baby and as a little child. Zeus grew into the strongest of all gods and married Metis, a Titan's daughter. Rhea was still angry with her husband and wanted Zeus to depose of him. That means get rid of him. But Metis, the goddess of prudence, was wise. She said Zeus needed help, for Cronus had the Titans on his side. Rhea found a way. With her help, Metis gave Cronus a drink she promised would make him undefeatable. Instead, the drink made Cronus throw up the stone and all his unharmed children, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. They were reunited, and gratefully they joined their brother. Zeus freed their uncles from Tartarus, and together they prepared to fight the Titans. This little picture here has a caption that I'm going to read. As thanks, Zeus gave the nymphs Amalthea's horn. He made it into the cornucopia, the horn of plenty, which never emptied of food. And he put Amalthea's image among the stars as Capricorn. So here is the cornucopia that we say always still holds food on our Thanksgiving or fall harvest table. And to thank her, he made her into the stars. If you can see, I'll get real close. Can you see the image right there? Capricorn is the image right there. So he became powerful, Zeus, and he freed everybody, and they gave his father Cronus a magic potion, so he threw everybody up. Everybody's now back. We're going to stop there. There's a lot of info on here. Each day I'm going to read a little bit of the gods and goddesses of Olympus, and just try to embrace the gods and the goddesses, how different they are. I think it's a really cool myth and really cool story. Okay, bye.